The angel Nuriel has definitely entered my life now consciously, but has played a part for a little while in my life. Nuriel obviously comes from the concept of ner. It means candle or fire. And it's Nuriel is fire of the Lord. But in this last incarnation for me, it's entered through the pit of my stomach. And the recognition of it is because I've been studying tumo, the art of the fire in the belly. Tumo is what they do in Tibetan Buddhism, how they can dry towels in the middle of Tibetan winter on their body by inner heat, inner fire. This inner fire is, of course, brought down as also Kundalini, as breath of fire. Kundalini is rising, and in yoga as breath of fire, and the internal body fire. But for me, it's even greater than this, because more recognition of it is when I shifted over to nose breathing rather than mouth breathing. This warmed up my entire body. The nose is the organ for breath. And when this breath occurs, and then this tumo occurs, and then I recognize that's what the ner is. That you search your house with on Erev Pesach. The ner, this candle. And for a Jew, it's a ner tamid. The ner tamid is the tumo fire in the middle, right below the belly button, in the hara point, or for me, for the yesod area. The eternal fire of sexual passion is brought in by a ner. Now, ner also relates to the word or. But the word or comes from like the sun. It comes from godliness, from the external lights of sun, moon, stars. That comes from Hashem, from God. But the ner is brought by the person. A candle is made by lighting a candle. You have to make the wick, you have to have the oil. It's a person's contribution. So even the tumo fire, it's a recognition. You have to do the fire. You have to do the imagination of a fire in your belly. And as tumo has it's like a vessel and then a light inside the vessel. And so showing you everything comes around. Now, let me start again. My brother's friend, he had two friends, a male friend that he knew all his life, and a female friend that he knew all his life, and his male friend that he had, his best friend, for maybe 20 years. And he's coming over today. And 2 times ago when he was over, we had a tremendous, outside on the terrace, hailstorm. Hail. Out of nowhere in the middle of the summer. Hail. Haven't seen this big chunks of hail come down. And that hail cleaned my my terrace. Because I have birds that I feed on the terrace, that the management of the, I was going to say hotel, of the apartment building I live in doesn't like, and they want to get rid of me. Or get rid of the birds. Yet this hailstones cleaned out the whole ledge of the terrace. It bit into the excretion of the birds and cleaned it out. And 2 weeks later, they came up, to look for something else here, and because they wanted to see how it was out there, and it was cleaned from the hailstones because Nuriel sent to clean it. Otherwise, my other angels, the pigeons that I feed, the birds, would have had trouble. Another thing, that was when my brother's friend was there, and he's coming today, and that's why it's more recognition. And then my own recognition of studying Pesachim. I study Pesachim, and in the first thing, on the 14th, you should go and do a Badika with a nair. And there's an individual's light, a candle. A nair is a candle because it's the light of a candle which is made by man. The nair is the light of a candle which is made by man, and that's Nuriel for me. And another thing that's happened, I invited a woman up to the roof that I know from the outside in the park. We sometimes share a bench in the summer out here, just talk, a woman I hardly know. I invited her up to the roof to sun the other day because she had left me a wonderful note anyway. And when she came to the sun, she brought me a gift. And I didn't even recognize what the gift was. And then there's this gift. It was a candle. But the way it's a candle holder. And when I'm studying Tumo, I'm looking at the Tumo, and the Tumo study says, make yourself a vessel in the stomach with a light inside the vessel. Well, this certainly looks like a light inside the vessel to me. And here's one of the candles. So I'm going to light this candle and put it in the vessel. I think I made a mistake here, but I don't know how to do these things. I hope I will learn. Let me drop it. There it is. And there's the candle. And that's the way Tumo is, a ball of fire in the stomach. A ball of fire in the stomach. And that's Tumo. And it's wow. I'll just hold it here because you can't see it otherwise. It's amazing. A ball of fire in the sun. But what's amazing is not this. What's amazing is what I'm trying to express here is the lead-in, the consequence to it. The people involved. My brother's best friend, I met some woman, gave me this, and Nuriel has now entered my existence. In the Zohar, apparently, it says that there are 3 major angels. Michael, Gabriel, and they don't use Raphael, they use Nuriel. And why do they use Nuriel? Because the 3, if you do Rosh Tiva, the first letters of each, it's Mikael, Gavriel, Mem, Gimel, and the Nuriel, Nun. And the three letters of Nuriel is Magen. You know, like Magen Avraham, the shield of Avraham. The Magen is the shield, the Magen David. It's the shield, the protector. And these three angels are the protector. And so Mikael on the right, Gavriel on the left, and Nuriel in the middle is a candle, because that candle is the Shushumna. And that candle goes from Tiferet to Yesod. And this path of the Vav, these two Vavs, have within it the light, the Or, the Ner. And that's why when I spell Nuriel, I put, for the Vav, I put an Aleph inside. Why do I put this Aleph inside? Because in the full gematria, if I take the full gematria of Nuriel with the Aleph and with the Resh as just Resh Shin, it comes out to be 824 plus 6 letters. That's 830 plus 1 for all. It's 831, and that spells Aleph. And that Aleph is the one that's in the middle of the Vav. It's also in the middle of my symbol of the Samek with an Aleph inside, where the Aleph is down in the Yesod area. And this is Tumo, and this is hail storms, and this is the Ner. And for me, it's the Ner Tamid in the temple. And this fire never goes out. So for me now, Nuriel, it's amazing how this woman brought me this candle. and my brother's friend with the hailstones, and he's coming today here to visit. And the Ner. And the Ner is the individual light. And almost his hair is like candle wick. And I've been doing Tumo. I'm breathing through the nose, breath of fire. Whoa! You know? Just whoa. And so, Nuriel is my angel now. Not that I've included Mikael and Nuriel to my existence. It's almost hard for me to believe all this, to tell you the truth. Do you know? I'm surrounded by angels, Malachim, the birds out on my terrace. The signs, the ayats, the odes that appear in people representing energies. It's hard to explain, but I'm not the first person who has been touched by Nuriel.